Parliamentarian Iraq Kamea, thank you so much for your courage. The courage of the people of Ukraine is an inspiration to the world, and it is being recognized worldwide. The thought that who would ever imagine that Sweden would give up 200 years of neutrality to join NATO? Who would ever imagine that Finland, with an 830-mile border, would join NATO? And indeed, something that would be helpful to us is for our NATO allies all to really achieve the 2% of expenditures for self-defense for military, and then it spreads around the world. Indeed, South Korea and Japan are establishing every effort to really increase the size of their militaries, the capabilities of their militaries, and we'll be meeting even this week with the Prime Minister of Australia. And so worldwide, there's a recognition of the bravery of the people of Ukraine, and they should understand that democracies are facing the dictators and will face the dictators, despite whatever detractors that we could find in any other political party. With that, again, we'd like to thank you, and we will now welcome the second panel. Hey, clap. And ladies and gentlemen, we should resume with the hearing today concerning political prisoners, captive individuals, hostages around the world. With that in mind, even before we begin, I'd like to recognize two individuals here who can bring, sadly, a real world understanding of how imminent this month, October 7, the incredible tragedy, the invasion, and mass murder of that day. With us, we have Noam Perry, the daughter of 72-year-old Shane Perry, taken hostage by the Iranian puppets, and indeed, Noam represents all families of the kibbutz Nif Az Smal, and by the Gaza border, where 73 civilians were abducted and kidnapped. And so please stand. Thank you. And also, so brave, Donor Reyes Levy, spokesman for the hostages of missing families. And both of you stand, and we just appreciate your courage, and we recognize. And to me, it's just incredible. Here we are, the 21st century. We're talking about an invasion by Putin, the massacring of people that we saw in Bucha, where they were buried in shallow graves. And now October the 7th, which I was really grateful to be at the NATO Parliamentary Assembly in Copenhagen, again to show the unity around the world. And that is that at Copenhagen, the Prime Minister of Denmark recognized and identified that October 7th is the combination of 9/11 and Pearl Harbor. So this is a recognition that needs to be understood by people worldwide of the conflict, of the invasion of dictators against democracies. So thank you for being here today. Our second panel is so welcome and extraordinary. We have Erwin Kotler, who is the chair of the Raoul Wallenberg Center for Human Rights, former Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada. Last week's hearing featured a witness who had literally written the book about the puppet Hamas, puppets of Iran. In addition to his esteemed writings, representing political leaders like Israel's Natan Sharansky and Nelson Mandela, Professor Cutler is a subject on the new documentary film on his decades-long work for freedom, and we're so grateful for you to be here, Doctor. Thank you. Additionally, we have... Hey. And we've got so many superstars here. This is great. So thank you. Because the world is substantially, not all, united. With this in mind, we have Jared Gessner and Genser, and also Yevgeny Karamirza. We're so grateful. Mr. Genser is an international human rights attorney and managing director of Perseus Strategies. Mr. Genser literally wrote many of the key provisions of a major American law seeking to free the wrongfully detained, called the Levinson Act. And he has directed and represented and freed many hostages and political prisoners around the world. Ms. Kara-Mirza is a symbol of freedom and democracy for you and your husband, Vladimir. We appreciate you're the advocacy director for the Free Russia Foundation. You need no introduction to the members of this commission, but we want the world to know that we appreciate you for the inspiring leadership for your husband and for others who have been in prison globally. We look forward to working with you and our allies to continue to raise these issues until your husband, Vladimir, is freed from Putin's prison, and also all political prisoners are freed. I want to thank the witnesses for their time, and we'll begin each with 5 minutes, and then we'll begin 5-minute questioning by members of the panel, beginning with our very honorable co-chair, Steve Cohen. So we begin with Dr. Cutler.